It's easy to get caught up in adding too many sounds to your beat. Knowing when to cut back speeds up your workflow, and it also helps you finish every idea you start. It's your boy Mejia Made, and in today's video, I'll show you how I made this beat using only 5 sounds.
It's Mejia May.
Alright, so let's get started with the video. So for this beat, I wanted to make a more soulful type of boom bap beat. I didn't want to overthink the process too much. This is one of those type of beats where everything was just flowing. So we'll first start off with the drums. I did program everything myself. We're gonna first break down the kick. For my kick, I made this very simple pattern. Once I had my kick laid out, I didn't want my snare to just hit on the 2 and the 4. I wanted to vary up the pattern just a little bit, just to keep the beat a little bit more interesting. So this is what I played out. And as y'all can tell so far, I'm off to a really good start. The kick and snare have really good texture. They both knock and balance each other out right. Just remember, you guys, for boom bap, sometimes you don't gotta go all out with your drum programming. Sometimes if you just stick to the basics, it'll take you a really long way. Now for my hi-hat, I originally was gonna program them, but I was going through all the different drum kits I have, and I came across this hi-hat loop. So I ended up flipping it this way. So that was just the first part of the hi-hat chops. But at the end of the measure, I found another part within the hi-hat loop that did have an open hat, which is where my second chop comes from. Finally, just to vary up my drums just a little bit, I added this additional kick at the end of every 4 bars. So now with just the drum soloed out, this is what I have. With the drums out the way, it was now time to flip my sample. Let's quickly take a listen to what the sample sounds like. Once I had messed around with my chops a little bit, just trying to figure out how I want to flip this sample, this is what I ended up coming up with. Once again, going back to simplicity. Sometimes you don't gotta go above and beyond. The more you overthink the process, the more it's gonna hinder your creativity. So just let it flow, and I guarantee you guys will start finishing more beats. So really quickly, before I add the final element, which is the bass line, let's quickly listen to what I have so far, which is the drums and a sample chop. So at this point, I already have a good majority of the beat already laid out. With the sample doing a majority of the melodic work, I knew I could keep the bass line really simple. So this is what I ended up programming. So now with the bass line added in, I pretty much had every ingredient laid out for me to be able to structure this idea into a full-on beat. Let's add the bass line in to all the other elements and take a listen to what they sound like. So that was pretty much it for this boom bap beat. I do want to leave you guys with just one more gem, but let's first head back into the playlist. So as y'all can tell over here, I have an automation clip going on. This automation clip is actually routed to my parametric EQ2. Basically what I did is roll off all the top end for my sample, so that way when the verse section comes in, I still have the same sample chops going on. But now with the sample filter, I'm able to give the verse section just a slightly different feel. I would mainly suggest you guys to use this technique when you can't find another part of your sample to chop. So now you should be able to speed up your workflow and finish even more beats. If you're still struggling to simplify your process, then this video is right for you. With that being said, if you gained any type of insight from this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment. It's really gonna help the channel grow. I'm gonna catch you guys next week for a new video. Until then, stay blessed.